Hi guys, sorry for the terrible audio, I am currently sick. Today I'm going to be going over Hummingbird in a bit more detail. I've combed over her and her story a bit in my 20 sub special, but today I'm going more in depth. So, she grew up in the rainforest with friends, but none of them are super important to the story because they weren't friends that she was too close with. While I was writing her story, I really wanted to avoid the tragic backstory tropes that I see a lot. So keep that in mind, that a lot of her exciting development happens more in her story than before. So to recap her basic story, she was born in the rainforest. Nobody knew she was a hybrid and just thought she was kind of funky looking because she didn't have wings. And she did have the antenna, but again, a little funky looking. And then when she went through metamorphosis, her cocoon was taken to Pentella because that's where the other silkwings were, and her father thought that was, how to handle it best. When she comes out of the cocoon, I have previously said that she meets her mother, but I don't think that's going to stick in the story. But she meets somebody who shows her around. Probably going to be a close friend that's important to her story. And then she figures out that she likes Jewel Hive, sets up a shop selling silk. This sounds like a good time for me to mention or dive a little deeper into her powers and abilities. Because although she is much more clearly a silkwing, her abilities are much more rainwing. And if anyone's wondering, no, she doesn't have a flame silk gene in her, but I did have a plan for if that were to happen. She can change her scale color and camouflage like rainwings, which she learned how to do while she lived in the rainforest. So that was a skill that she always had. She has a prehensile tail, like the rainwings, and has all the basic skills that you'd need to be a rainwing, essentially. She can spit venom, like the rest of the rainwings, So that, also rainwing. But she can spin silk, like silkwings. Her silk is black, though, because I thought, let's draw a connection between the venom and the silk. It doesn't make any sense, but it's cool, so we're gonna go with it. We're gonna suspend our disbelief and say it makes sense. And her silk is much softer than most silkwings, so that's like a special trait that she has. And obviously I explained that she goes through metamorphosis. Other than that, that's kind of like her overall. She is vegetarian, like the rainwings are, and I think the silkwings are vegetarian as well. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure they are. So she only eats fruits. Now on to some fun facts. Her favorite fruits are strawberries, mangoes, and peaches. Her favorite color is pink. She does not like honey, and her favorite place in all of the hives, not including Jewel Hive, is the library, even though, she doesn't know how to read very well. Since it's canon that rainwings don't know how to read very well until they go to, a school. And since the time period I have her set in is probably a little bit before the Dragonets of Destiny, she would definitely fall into that category. She loves doing art, but isn't very good at it. And the reason that you don't see her mother in the story after that retcon of who meets her is probably because her mother is dead. That's probably where I'm going to go with that. Other fun facts include And, she likes hanging in trees, and she was really disappointed to see that there were so few trees on Pantala. She's very clumsy, and she has a nickname that most people from the Rainwing jungle call her. What that nickname is, I have no idea yet. We'll get there when we get there. It'll probably be something like Spider Monkey, though. Now, my designing process for Hummingbird is what's going to be next. So, to start off, I designed her originally having black accents and brown eyes before I knew Silkwings couldn't have black on them. And I know Rainwings can, but it just doesn't seem very Rainwingy. So I changed that. Pink is my favorite color, so I made her base pink. I like rainbows, so I used rainbow as the wing color. Also, Rainwings makes sense. And gold is always a good accent color, and I knew I wanted her jewelry to be gold, so that's where the gold pattern comes from. And I like how green looks with pink, so that's where the eyes came from. I always knew that I wanted her to be very, jewelry heavy. So that's why she's very jewelry heavy. And how I decided what tribe she's going to be is pretty simple. Those were my two favorite tribes, and they mesh very well together. Overall, that's kind of most of my inspiration. And let's get back to her story. Now, I don't have a very good outline of the story yet, but the way I think I want it to go, so far, this is going to be highly revised and most likely will not have anything to do with what her story will be. But this is kind of what I'm thinking. As she's learning to read, she finds a prophecy in one of the libraries of the hives. She wants to learn more about it because she's aware that not all prophecies are true because a lot of them were made up. So she travels back home to the rainforest with the scroll/book on her next trip, asking some friends that she has in the Nightwing village about it. None of them have heard of it, but that doesn't mean it's not true. So they take her to the leader, which, if you want to know more about, I will explain that after. And the prophecy has a 50-50 chance of coming true. She, with a couple of her friends, go off to just see if the prophecy is real, finding out either that it is or isn't, don't know which. And if it is, stopping whatever the prophecy is, and if it isn't, stopping whoever is, gonna be the big bad. I know that this is most likely gonna take place on Pantala, and it's gonna be a singular book, probably, instead of 5, with her being the POV, obviously. Now, I honestly need to explain how the leader thing works. So, if you've seen my other video, you know that my version of the Nightwings have a leader after they've kind of been more independent. And that leader basically has better future seeing, and they've got lots of precautions to keep corruption out to avoid more Seer or a Dark Stalker event from happening again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below telling me, because I'm not sure if you guys do like me rambling on about my character. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Bye!